Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. And if you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know I'm coming across loud and clear. All right. Interesting market. Big up day in the market by way of the Dow, but everything else is down. Very, very interesting day in the market. Cloudy in Arizona. It was, this morning, Joey, about 31 degrees or so in this morning? Huh?
It was cold.
It was cold this morning. Is the UK bankruptcy going to affect us? Charles, I don't know. I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff on the internet. I'm not sure I've seen anything specifically on the UK bankruptcy, and that could just be that I just don't know, and that's fine. But I don't know. I think if anybody went bankrupt that would affect us would be China. All right. It says from the banks. Listen, my thing about the banks is I think it's one of my bubbles going into next year. I still think the banks have another shoe to fall. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen eventually. All right. So from the banking perspective, I think there's some bad things ahead. I just can't time it when. But I've been letting you know for the longest time, just to keep you aware of it. It's one of my bubbles going into next year. Cigar and Mark are here. Hi, Mark. Mark or Cigar, either one of y'all going to Texas? I'll be flying out tomorrow. I don't know how is anybody here going to be going to Texas, by the way? Type a 1 in the room if you're going to Texas. You don't have to type a 2 if you're not. But type a 1 if you're going to Texas. We're going to be in Dallas on Saturday. We fly out tomorrow. I'm going to wear a suit with my cowboy hat and my boots and a bolo. That's how I'm going to be presenting Saturday. So I'll be in I'll be in a suit, but I will be in my cowboy gear. David says 1.5. Does that mean you may or you may not? Dallas is 8 hours from me. Too much driving to see you guys. I hear you, Mark. Okay. Live in Texas, but not going to Dallas. I got you, Mark. I got you. All right. Well, if you're going, I look forward to seeing you. If you're not, that's fine. And it is not recorded. It is not a live stream. It is not recorded. All right. I just sold all my losers today. Sick of losing thousands each week. Never thought I would feel relief. Listen, Ultra Magnus, with the market going the way it is, whether it's up or down, does anybody remember Glenn has been saying that this market has just been weird? Type of 1. This is just not a normal feeling market. Normal things that should be going on are just not. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But Glenn, your Uncle Glenn, has been saying this on more than one occasion, that this is not a normal market. And I don't know if it's got anything to do with recession, anything to do with the debt, all of that stuff. All right, so there's a lot of things going on. I love the markets moving up, but I got some news for you today. All right, I got some news for you today. When you go to Las Vegas, I'll be there. Hell, when we go to Las Vegas, I hope I'm there. Joey can't go, though. But hopefully if we go to Vegas, I'm there. That's the way I look at it. Ooh-wee. You know why? Because what they do in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's what they say, right? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right, I'll go to Vegas too, says Mark. Well, maybe we need to get a trip going to Vegas. Maybe I need to talk to Ray and Linda, see if we can get us a trip going to Vegas. It'd be good. All right, so with that, let's take a look at what's going on in the market. Glenn's talking about, the market is weird, blah, 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 blah. But look at we got a green light in the color guard pricing column. We got a green light in the buy to sell ratio, which is important. With the market moving up the way that it has, we see more stocks getting buy recommendations along the way. That's a positive thing. Will Janet be there too? No, Janet's not going. Actually, Janet is in Colorado, and we're going to be passing each other. I'll be leaving out tomorrow morning. She'll be back home Saturday night, and then I'll be back home from Dallas Sunday night. So we're going to, and then she leaves back out on Monday to go. I don't know where her next place is that she's going to. Roger says, unless you get drunk and marry her, then you have to bring it with you. Well, that's another whole, that won't stay in Vegas. That'll come with you. Why SMCI is crashed. I don't always have an answer to stuff like that, but we'll see if there's news behind it. We'll see if there's news behind it. NVIDIA, Roy, I like. NVIDIA, I still like. But you know something? I've done a video talking about that. Let's go right into, and I want to talk about that. There's the market. This is what I wanted to talk about. Here's the market. Here's the rally. A lot of happy things happened. The primary wave went up. We broke through resistance. The DEW, blah, 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 blah. The confirmed call. What's going on right now? Looking at the VectorVest composite sitting at the value of about 58.44. What do we have here? A little bit of a gravestone doji. No real follow through today, but a little bit of indecision today. The 3 and the 8 are still in play, but this is very important. Here's a little swing high, bump up, if you want to call it that, all the way into right now. Let me move that up just a little bit more. Look at that. The market's got some headwinds right now. Hello, Santalal. The market's got some headwinds right now. And Nora is right. The color guard is green. We should be bullish. I'm not telling you not to be bullish. What I am telling you is to keep your eyes on what's going on. All right, Nor, does that make sense? I'm not telling anybody not to be bullish. The green lights in the color guard, the primary wave up, all of the market timing calls are up. I am still going to err on the side of being bullish in the market. But when I look at the market timing graph, I look at the MTI. The MTI is not at a level of letting us know that the market is overbought yet. We're not looking for a high. All right. We've got someone said just right now, an inverted head and shoulders, which should be a bullish sign. All I'm letting you know right now is the market's coming up against some headwinds. The 3 and the 8, though, is still solid. The market timing is still solid. Francisco, the market's been overbought for a while. Why? Because people were not putting money in the banks to save. They were putting it into the market because that's where they were getting a bigger return. So I say that for the longest time, the market's been overbought. There's no getting around it. People putting money where they're going to get money. That's going to slowly but surely change if we start to see the banks giving out more return in interest. Slowly but surely, people are going to start pulling out their money out of the market because they don't want to be in the market anymore because they feel that it's too volatile, and they'll go into the fixed income stuff. All right. Now let's go back to SMCI and NVIDIA. Let's go take a look at both of those real quick. SMCI, NVIDIA, and there was another one, Google, GOOGL. All right. Let's go take a look at these. If you're in SMCI, what happened to it? It got hit. What's the news behind it? Pull that up. It's down 5% today. No, don't give me any new stocks. This real quick. Remember, I haven't even gotten into my session yet. But yesterday, Cloudflare, Supermicro, and other artificial intelligence stock rallied on Wednesday. That was yesterday. I got no news unless I do a lot more deeper digging. I got no news on why it went down. Sector rotation today. Look at semis versus the banks today. I am still not a fan of banks. I can look at those. Akshaya, let's take a look at that a little later in the presentation. Found no news on SMCI or NVIDIA. I don't know. I don't know what happened with SMCI. And what was the other stock we were looking at? NVIDIA. Both of those are chip stocks. Let's go look at Google. Wow. All of these are tech stocks. Tech stocks are down. The Dow is the only major industry that's up, but tech stocks are down. FANG-D is rocking to the upside. Tech stocks are getting beaten up. I don't have, and Maritime and Akshaya both said sector rotation. Let's see something. Let's go to the Unisearch tool. No, I want to go back to the viewers. Let's go see. Sector viewer. No, I did want to go to Unisearch. Let's go find out if we got some rotation going on. Unisearch. Where is it? Delta searches sectors. Let's do a 10-day price delta on sectors. Let's see what's moved up the most. Mining, apparel, steel, software, instruments. I got no banks here yet. There's bank. Bank is only up 1.5%. Mining, though, on the other side, both for Akshaya and Maritime, big movers, mining, apparel, steel. Those are you talk about rotating sectors. That's where money is rotating. Let's do a 10-day RT delta on the sectors. From a momentum standpoint, mining, drug, steel, instruments. Let's go see. I'm not seeing bank here. Russell 2000 up too. I got you. Defense isn't up today. All I want to say, VV saying to buy banks. That's what we are following. Does it say to buy banks? Here's the sector. Let's go look at the sector graph. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. The sector is moving up. It's coming up against headwinds right now too, Akshaya. See that, right? It's coming up against headwinds, 44, 45 on the sector. Big move to that level of resistance yesterday, pull back today. It is showing that it's okay to buy, but I'm letting you know. Yeah, Mark, I do. I'm letting you know to just be careful. Now, when you say the VectorVest is saying to buy banks, you did see when I did the sector rotation, the delta on sectors, banks didn't show up. If you're saying VectorVest is telling you to buy anything, it's mining, drugs, steel, instruments, and container. That's what the VectorVest software is telling me by way of momentum and RT. But if I go back and look at it from price, profit taken from the tech into the broader market. I got you. Into other sectors. Right, into other sectors. But I'm answering Akshaya's question about where's the money migrating to. Banks is not it. And you say just do a 3-day? Why am I doing just a 3-day? I'll do a 3-day. Shorter time period. If I do a 3-day, is it going to say banks now? Here's the 3-day on price. Banks still not there. Let's do a 3-day on RT. Let's do a 3-day on RT. I want to see where you're getting your information. Are you getting it from VectorVest? Look at that, Akshaya. It's not banks. But Maritime is right that people are pulling out of, it looks like, the tech sector. And Maritime, it looks like, on momentum, drug, energy, steel. Steel is in both of those, price and RT. Steel is a better play for sector rotation. Does that make sense, Akshaya? I'm not showing banks. I'm not showing banks. At least not from VectorVest. Does this make sense to everybody? Yes or no? Type a yes or a no in the room. Does this make sense? Because Maritime, I'm with you. We are getting some semblance of rotation out of tech stocks. But what I'm showing you by way of the VectorVest software is where the money is going to. Showing you where the money is going to. Aren't financials banks? Well, we got a separate sector specifically for banks. We got a separate sector. We got a banking sector. If I see financial, I do. Let me run that again. I see financial. But I can look at a financial sector, but then I can also look at the banking as a whole sector. Let's go put on the top 50. Run it. Today I see IWM up, KRE up, SMH down. Let's go. I want to see where banks sit. There it is. Banks compared to where, yeah. I don't think the money is nearly energy again, drug, steel. These are the three. That was on RT. Let's go back to price. I think that this is a great exercise. Look at that, mining, apparel, steel again. This is a great exercise to see where, and Akshaya, I want to do this to keep your heads off the swivel of everything else that's going on. This is where the money's going. And I can see steel and mining or in both. Steel and mining, this is where the money's going. All right? Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And hopefully that is a tip. This is off the beaten path of where I want it. Why am I doing a 2-day? Why are you trying to make it so that it fits the narrative of what you're looking for? That's not what I want to do. I never want to do that. But I'll do a 2-day. And banks are still not there. Banks are still not there. I'm not going to make and mold this to what you want to hear. Akshay, I'm not going to do that. All right, I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's fair to you to try to fit it to what you want it to say. I'm showing you, by way of the system, where the money is going. What you do with it is up to you. But steel and mining, we're into both. It's moving. I'd rather have my money. If I'm going to find something where the money is moving to, I'd rather have my money in these two rather than trying to say, well, I see the banks are moving, I'm going to go to the banks. The system's not showing you that. The system's not showing you that. So do we sell all our tech stocks? No. Sorry about that. No. I'm not going to tell you to sell all your tech stocks, but I'm not going to tell you not to take some off the table. Does that make sense, Roy? If the sector's getting a hit, you've got some profits in it, don't give it all back. Does that make sense to everybody as far as techs go? Yes or no? Put yes or no tech. Yes tech or no tech. That's the way I'm going to look at it. If you know that money is moving, and we showed it, and where it's moving to, I'm going to tell you not to be afraid to take some off the table. All right, that's what I'm going to tell you. Finally, the up movement gets supported by the broader market. That's a positive sign. Rather than the market's moving up specifically on tech. I'm with you on that, Maritime. So the market was focused on the big up move because tech was moving. Magnificent Seven, blah, 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 blah. AI, and Maritime is right. I'd rather be in a situation where the market's moving up and the broad market is being spread out against amongst other sectors rather than just the tech. One day is not a trend. I agree with that. So now, you guys are taking me off the beaten path for sure. Give me just tech stocks. Just tech stocks. Give me about 3 or 4 more. Just tech stocks. Type them in the room. Sigh. Just tech stocks. Jay, can you tell Glenn to stop yelling? I'm not yelling. Fine. I'm going to talk just like this. Apple, AAPL, Microsoft, Shopify, Intel. It's not my son. No, it's not my son. Palantir. Really, Jake? X-Roth? All right, now, let's talk about this. Would I tell you to get now? When would I have told you about NVIDIA? Well, a couple of things. The 3 and the 8 crosshair, and it went below a level of support. Does that make sense to have taken half off the table right there on NVIDIA? Yes or no? Would that have been the opportunity to take half off the table? Yes or no? Right there. Yes or no? Answer. I know there's a delay. Hurry up. Tell the delay to hurry up. Would that have been a good opportunity right there? I know it's after the fact, but I want to show you how you would have known. That's a great opportunity. Stop it, Mark. Maritime says no. Really, Maritime? Wow. When I get to see all of this, I like getting in on the 3.8. I wouldn't have mind gotten out on the 3.8. I would have taken that. Maritime says no. Interesting. I would have taken that. All right, next one. Google. It's yesterday where the 3.8 went. I wouldn't mind taking half off the table, especially if I got a profit. Keep in mind, I'm saying half off the table, which means that you still have half in. All right? Let's go to the next one. The 3 and the 8 just crossing on SMCI today. Today, I wouldn't mind taking half off the table. I still have the other half in it. But the whole reason why I'm taking half is to lock in profits. Looking at Apple, Today may be the day to take half off the table. A little bit of a shooting star follow through from a candlestick perspective, and now the 3 and the 8. Still above trend, but half off the table. Microsoft, same thing. Look at that beautiful run up. All the tech stocks are getting hit. Look at that. End of day, if I see the 3 go below the 8, half off the table. Shopify, still fine. The 3 is not nearly as close to crossing. I'd leave it alone. Intel, I'd leave it alone. The 3 is not even pulling down to the 8 yet. All right, I'd leave it alone. But if you're nervous because the other tech stocks are moving down, take half off the table. Next one, Palantir. I own it. Pulled down. I almost got out, but I'm greedy. Yes, I am. I'm greedy. It went down to this level of support. Beautiful. It's going back up. I normally would have normally taken half off the table right here, but I didn't. Why? Because I'm greedy. I said it. I said it. I'm greedy, and I'm not all in on XROF. XROF. I own a lot of it. That's all I got to say about that. All right? That's all I got to say about that. So, but it's just getting killed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I shouldn't be in it. But I know a lot about the stock. I'm still in it. I wouldn't tell any of you to still own it. There's a positive sign, though. It is coming up to a solid level of support, sitting at about 97 cents. Is it really down that low? No. You know what my get-in price on XROF was? Does anybody? One day is right. Did I tell anybody what my buy-in price was on XROF? And that I should have gotten out somewhere in here? Did I tell anybody? XROF was my buy-in price at $1.07. $1.07, and the stock's price is gone. And do you know that I was up? And this is real live story. I was up over 95% on the stock. And look at where I am now. This is me not eating my own cooking. I teach you guys you shouldn't be doing what I just did. Hit that. Hit that. And hit that. There you go. But I'm in it for the long term. But faith and hope is not what makes money. I'll own that. This is not the right time to be in XROF. All right. With that being said, hopefully I answered your questions about should you sell out of those positions that you hold and making decisions on. Did that help everybody in here? Yes or no? All right. Did that help everybody in here? Any lower could be delisted. It could be, Fitz, and they might be fighting for that in a minute. Did that help everybody in here, especially everyone who's curious about what they should be doing with their tech stocks right now and understanding that money is rotating out of tech right now and where the money is going? What was it? It was steel and mining. Steel and mining. All right? GME, I got a story about GME. Is SMCI a good company? It's a good company. It was listed as one of the best stocks in the Vector. It is a good company. But just because the company is a good company doesn't always mean it's the right time to be in that company. Does that make sense, Hassan? You know, you could find the top buy-rated stock in the software, but it may not be the best time to buy that stock. Okay? XROF could use a little Fitz magic. Did he really put that? That was Dave. That's too much magic. All right, so I had to finish out the commercial. When you don't put stops, then it's bad news. I'm also with that, Santalal. I have my money in ladies' underwear. Oh, yeah. Are you at the strip club, Jazz? I have my money in ladies' underwear today. I can't laugh at that because I don't want nobody to tell me to go F myself like Elon Musk did yesterday. Did everybody see the interview with Elon Musk yesterday? Just type a yes or a no. Talk about having the cojones to do that. Whoa. Talk about having the chutzpah to do that. Was like, wow. He pretty much told all of the advertisers who pulled advertising from X, formerly known as Twitter, to go F themselves. I was like, wow, who does that? Knowing that you need those advertisers. Woo! So, I'm just saying, Glenn, what is a shut up? I'm afraid to say it because I might be cussing. Jay, you ain't getting me in trouble. You ain't even trying to get, I'm not even saying that. And then next thing you know, I get canceled. And then we lose all of our advertisers. Oh, Joey, do we have any advertisers, Joey? Joey? We do? All right, so can I tell them to go F themselves too?
No.
I can't do that?
I'd advise against it.
Well, thank you. Joey's the lawyer part of me, keeps me in play. All right. What about buying the Mag 7 now because of the GLBRT kicker? Ooh, let's go take a look at that. Today's session is being based all off of you. Holy smokes. Let's go to the portfolio. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go to the portfolios. Let's go see what the Mag 7 looks like. I got the market timing in there. There's the Mag 7 plus 2. Down today, but still up 4.5%. By way of the market timing, we're still in it. By way of market timing, we're still in it. I got the market timing on. Let's go to edit. No, I don't have the market timing on. Oh, I won't have the market timing on in this because I did it before I did the GLBRT kicker. Here's the Magnificent 7 with the market timing. Looking at the GLBRT kicker. And it took a hit. The portfolio's taking a hit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to leave it alone. And here's the ETF side. Oof, it's getting hit even harder. But I'm going to let this lying dog lie based off of the market timing. So even in a portfolio, using the market timing on an automated system, it's still long in those stocks. All right? So, you said chutzpah. Is that what Jay was trying to spell? I don't know what he was trying to spell. What did you say? And if that was it, Jay, you were way off of how to spell chutzpah. Is that what or is Jay spelling it the right way? I don't know. All right. That wasn't pretty close. That was far from being close. No, you missed all of the letters, Jay. All right. So let's start getting into what I'm supposed to cover today. And I guess I'm going to go through my news pretty quickly. I'm going to have to because I'm not going to have any time to do anything else. All right, let's go through my news stories pretty quickly. All right. Inflation hits the lowest level since 2021, Fed's preferred gauge shows. Fed's preferred inflation gauge slows annually in October. So I guess we're getting now into the point where the Fed pretty much is not raising anymore this year. I disagree with that, but it is what it is. Consumers pulled back on spending. Inflation eased in October. They pulled back on spending. I asked the question, do people have enough money on their credit cards to go into the holiday season? I don't know. Look, Jay, you just saw what you put in there, right, Jay? I missed. Sigh. Glenn is from New York, so he has been around enough us Jews to speak our language. Ugh. Oy vey. Chutzpah. Meshuggah. I know some Jewish lingo. That's about it. I know some Jewish lingo. All right. I don't know. And this is one of the questions that brings me into the Santa rally or Christmas spending, holiday spending. I don't know if people still have money on their credit cards going into Christmas. Very interesting. Glenn is going to treat the whole group to Golden Corral. I don't think any of you want to go with me to Golden Corral. I don't think any of you want to go with me. All right, what else? Another one of my bubbles. China's economy faces a sour end to the year. China is going to hurt everybody globally if they're not buying anything. And if their economy is in the toilet, it's going to affect economies across the globe. That's why I'm not selling NVIDIA and Meta. Well, talk about that. I'm going to come to this next story. 4 Magnificent 7 stocks that funds are now buying in droves. What are they? Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta. NVIDIA is not even in this list right now, Lee. But Magnificent 7 stocks, even though they're looking like they're falling right now, major funds are picking them up. Major funds are picking them up. All right. Walmart. Now, this is an interesting story. Walmart CEO predicts food deflation may come soon. So, we have inflation, which is bad. We have deflation, which means inflation is going lower. Then that's disinflation. No, let's back up. We have inflation, we have disinflation. Well, nonetheless, deflation is a bad thing. Let me show you why. Inflation Americans have been seeing at the grocery store. Good news for shoppers looking for a respite for their grocery bills, but potentially bad news for the economy at large if it goes too far. During the earnings call, we may be managing through a period of deflation. He said while beef prices are high and companies starting to see prices on eggs, dairy, chicken, and seafood come down. For those of us going to the store, that's a great thing. He also thinks the company and economy at large will experience deflation for dry goods, or dry groceries. What does this all mean? If we go through a point of deflation, prices of goods will go down. It's going to hurt companies' bottom lines, pulling these prices down. It's going to increase layoffs. It's going to stop hiring of new people as these goods go down in price. So deflation as a whole is not a good thing for the economy. It may feel good in our pockets, but the people who provide these goods are going to take it on the chin. It's going to hurt the economy. Bill says deflation is prices going down. Very bad. It does help consumers, though, and that's fine. But if the overall hurt is going to be on the economy, then even the consumers are going to feel that as well. What happens as a consumer, I'm paying less for my groceries, but my company can't afford to keep me on board because the lower prices are hurting the bottom line. So yeah, I spend less at the store, but at some point in time, I might get fired. And as I get fired, how does that help me? Albert said something, helps consumers though. So deflation is a bad thing. And Walmart CEO says that we could be getting through that, especially on food. All right, another story. AbbVie seeks a lift from guided missile cancer drug with a $10 billion immunogen deal. Another company buying somebody else. What did we see? It was yesterday. Who got the Humana and Cigna? telling you, these drug companies or healthcare companies are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. Right along with that, Johnson & Johnson buys medical device maker Laminar, but cuts the full year earnings guidance. Yikes. Healthcare is buying up people left and right. I talked to you about the Magnificent Seven story. Another AI stock, which is right in line with Palantir, is Snowflake. I like Palantir because Palantir is cheaper, and I think that Palantir, and I know that Palantir is getting contract after contract after contract, but Snowflake sees product revenue above estimates on AI-driven demand. Another reason why the NVIDIAs, the SMCIs, all the tech stocks being driven by AI, I still keep my eyes on them. I wouldn't, and that's why I say I take half off the table and let the other half run. I think AI is not going away anytime soon. Cigna will have to get by the SEC. That's true, Fitz. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think that they won't. I think they will. Glenn, how would you play Palantir? Would you wait for a dip or get in now? I will never. Would I wait for a dip? Let's go find out real quick. I own Palantir. I do. Let's go. I own me some Palantir. You know, I always like to be upfront about what I own and don't own. Palantir. I'm in it. It did pull back, stayed above trend though. I'm in it. Talk about buying the dip to 3 and the 8 just crossed today. I'd watch this level right here of 2049. I'd wait to see if it can get above that to get more towards the 3-month high. All right, Mike says, I dip, you dip. You put your hands upon my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. You put your hands upon my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. You put my... Yeah, okay, anyway. I still like the move, bottom left, top right on Palantir. A little bit more volatile, but I'm still in it, but it is coming against some headwinds at that level of resistance. All right, good call on Palantir. Palantir, Snowflake in the same space. All right. Somebody talked about GME. Meme stocks are gaining traction, and a lot of it is GME. Did everybody know that there was an ETF on meme stocks? Type a yes or a no. Did all of you know that there was an ETF on meme stocks? Type a yes or a no. And there it is, in case you didn't know. Here it is, called MEME. So everybody's talking, some people are talking about a squeeze on GME again. I want to show you something in a second. And Apple to be the largest customer of new Amcor $2 billion Arizona semiconductor packaging plant. That goes right along with TSM in here too. Amcor will also package Apple silicon produced at the nearby Taiwan semiconductor manufacturer. So TSM is in here too. All right. Again, AI is not going away. AI is not going away. Don't sell NVIDIA. It always comes back. It's just one of those days they'll sell off today. Listen, I'm just telling you in regards to SMCI, I wouldn't be afraid to take half off the table. I'm not telling anybody to go sell it all outright. Let's go to the viewers tab. Let's go to my watch list viewer. Big news stocks. These are the stocks that made the news. Let me auto fit. Interesting that big movers. Look at that. Imogen's getting bought up. Went up 82% today. It's the biggest mover. Snowflake, talking about AI, is going to still boost up their company. AbbVie buying out a company up 2%, and Johnson & Johnson buying up a company up 1.62%. All right, so Meta is in here. Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla. Those are the 4 stocks out of the Magnificent Seven that funds are buying up. They're all down today. Notice that all of the tech stocks, all of them are down today. But I look at Meta and Microsoft have relative values above 1. Meta and Microsoft are the two that are fundamentally sound. Apple, on the other hand, you know, the safety is there. They make money, but it's not as much as a growth stock anymore. And Tesla makes money also in the same boat as Apple, not as big as a growth stock anymore as well. All right. What else was in here? The meme. So we're talking about GME, right? I want to show you something in regards to all of the meme stocks all at once. Meme stocks are on the move. Wow. Look at that. I'd be careful with the meme stocks. Does that make sense to everybody here? Look at that. Shooting star follow through. 388 is still good. Shooting star follow through. Does that make sense to everybody? I'd be careful with the meme stocks. Let's specifically talk about GME because that's been the hot stock on the list. That's been the hot stock on the list. Where is it at today? Down bigly. 10%. Let's view the stock graph on GME. Look at that. That's all over the place. You want to have your money in that? Now, some of you are going to say, yeah, that it's a squeeze number 2. I'm not playing it. After all of this down, big pop for 2 days. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you a true player. Anyway, that was a big pop. That was a big papa. Now it's rolling back down. I'm not ready to touch GME. I'm not into that whole squeeze stuff. None of that. If you were lucky enough to get in on this turn right here when the 3 went above the 8, you made out like a bandit. I would take my money and run. Anybody agree with that? Or you, all right, how about you want to be long GME or short GME or not play GME? Long or no? Type it in the room. Long or no? What is a good average volume for liquidity? Not about 100,000. About 100,000. 100,000 shares. All right. Would you want to be long or no? And I think a lot of people are going to say no, but there's going to be some people in here that'll probably say yes. Don't be afraid to say yes, even if everybody else says no. Everybody invests differently. All right. I know that everybody invests differently. Is the like button broken? I know. Listen, I can't make nobody push the like button. I can't make them. All I'm going to do is just keep doing the best that I can to make this content good for you. That's all that I can do. That's all I can do. What did Maritime say? Joey, you got the mouse? Let's go see what Maritime said. I don't know what you said, man. Oh, Maritime said, I agree, Santalal. This is casino, not investing. I've been saying that for meme stocks for a minute. It is casino. It is casino. But there's some people out there that want to be in. If you want to be in it, when the right time comes, I'll let you know. But I'm not looking at this long term, not even a little bit. All right, that's all of my stocks in the list today. Looking at it from VST, most of the stocks have a VST above 1, but a lot of these are tech stocks that are getting beaten up today. I'm not afraid to tell you to take half off the table. I am not afraid to tell you to take half off the table. If you don't want to, don't. I'm just giving you my insight. All right? Charlie Munger said he liked placing bets on companies. I don't think, you don't buy stocks, you buy companies. That's one of the biggest things that Warren Buffett says. You don't buy stocks, you buy companies. There's times, though, that we do buy stocks. Sometimes you look at the fundamentals of the company and the fundamentals are not so good. There are times that we do buy stocks. You don't have VCSO on your list. Yeah, I don't, because I didn't have a story on it, Jazz. That's the answer to that question. Why? Lots of green on the VV screen. Got to stick with what works. MPI, listen, and you're right. If I go, sorry, Jazz, I didn't mean to be so direct, but it was the truth. There's a lot of green, right? There is a lot of green. Primary way, it is. I'm still going to say it's okay to buy stocks, but I'm going to also tell you that I would be careful. I think I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to be careful. And going back to the market timing graph, I got a level of resistance that the market's having headwinds on. If we don't get above that, we could turn around. All right? If we don't get above that level, we could turn around. All right. MTI is up. BSR is up. Michael, you're right. I'm not trying to scare none of you. I'm only trying to inform you. Okay? I'm only trying to inform you. Let's go back to my viewers. Where am I? I'm going to give you some fish. MPI. Time is it 2:44? MPI fish Wow, look at that. It hit VVOS, hit my MPI. What's that called right there? 2 letters. What's that called from yesterday's move? Anybody? What's that called? I know you know it. It's called profit taking. Santa won't let it turn around. What does the almanac say? Oh, I haven't looked at my almanac in a minute. Let me look at my almanac. What are we in? November 30? The almanac says last day of trading for November. The S&P down 16 out of the last 24 years, and the S&P is down today. That's what my almanac says. That's what my almanac says for the 30th. All right. So we'll see. What do you think about buying IMGN puts? Aren't they getting bought up, Roger? I'm not touching that. Aren't they going to get bought? Are they getting bought up? All right, let's go. Here's my fish. I wouldn't touch VVOS even though it made the MPI list. Let me look at these 3. Let me look at these 4. View the stock graph. These are all MPIs, right? Put it on 3-month graph. These are my fish that I'm giving to you. Sigh. Joey broke it. Layout. Near perfect indicator. There it is. I got trend on T-net. Look at that move. And I got RT coming off a low trough. I like that as a fish. FLT. I don't have trend yet, but I've got an early entry coming off a low trough on the NPI. Nice open day today. I'm not confirmed with trend yet, though. I'm not confirmed with trend on Caterpillar yet either. And I've got this little wiggly in and out on RT. I'd be careful with that. You know what else I'd be looking for Caterpillar? Let's break out of that level of the swing. 254.32. Okay. Oof, Urban Outfitters is all over the place. I got confirmation on RT and trend. And we filled the gap. This might have some upside. This definitely might have some upside. Not that I can see, but a $13 gap probably isn't sustainable. All right. I don't know which stocks you guys are talking about. I just ran through a few of them. Sometimes I hate having a delay. All right, that's on the MPI. Let's talk about some Midas Touch stocks. I got you 5 more fish from the Midas Touch. Let's go look at a different graph. Do the stock graph. Let's go. I got the Midas Touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Oh, baby. I got the Midas Touch. Let me touch your body and your soul. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. You got your fish is Dollar General. Dollar General is everywhere. It's like Savoir Faire. It's everywhere. Horizontal line. 3-month graph on Genie. I like this move right here. Could be a possible hammer. Could be going back up. From a Midas Touch roll, though. Nice move. I'd wait to see if it can break above that 3-month high. Oof. LPG. Another good stock. Bottom left. Top right, looks good. Pulled back, but I'd like to see it take out the 3-month high. It's only 4 days off the 3-month high. Wow, LRN. Somebody said LRN. There it is, Lee. It's in my list. This is Midas Touch. That looks real good. Hitting a new 3-month high today. Very little wick at the top. Trading very close to session highs. Love the move. Gap up, never faded to gap. LRN, another one of my fish for you today. HRTG, pulling back. If you're in it, though, I'm going to give you a drop dead line in the sand right about here of 840. It's tried to get there. It hasn't broken through. If it goes below that, I'd get out of it. But HRTG, a little bit more volatile than LRM, but definitely moving higher. Last one, SKWD. 1 day off the 3-month high. I still like it moving up. So those are 2 set of fish that I just gave you. Let's go into your picks. All right, now I'm looking for 10 stocks. 10 stocks. I don't want any of them to be any that we looked at. Dollar General, okay, that's 1. Crocs, that's 2. TNET, that's 3. CPRX, 4. JNUG, 5. Crocs is already in there. LHX, 6. Nugget, 7. Schwab, 8. CRH, 9. And HZO, 10. Jazz wanted VI. You did say VSCO. You did VSCO. You guys put so many stocks about adding Russell 2000 to the report. What report? What report? What are you saying, David?
Read the chat. You don't read any of the chat.
I'm trying to read the chat, Joey. It's a lot of chat. It must be nice for you to just sit there and read the chat.
They want you to add that to the color guard.
Is he here already? No.
Or maybe he wants it added to the color guard report.
Make up my mind. No. No, I'm not going to add it to. That's not anything. Doc never wanted that added. That's not. No. So, no. I'm going to answer it that way. No. That's something that was brought up to Doc on a lot of different occasions, and he says we don't need it. So the answer to that is no. All right. So, no. That's the answer to that question. That's a big no. Okay. But you can add it to your own, which I just did. But you can add it to your own, which I just did. But we won't add it to the color guard report. Doc said we did not need that. No. And Bill, the answer to that is that was a Dr. Delito thing. That was a Dr. Delito thing. He didn't want to add that to the quick list. So I don't think that we will going forward. But you saw that I just added it to mine. If you want to do that, Bill, you can do that. But that's not. I think it was because it was the low dollar small cap stocks. He wanted to pay attention to the main indices, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P. He didn't want that in there. All right, so that's me telling you why. That was a Dr. Delito thing. He did not want that as part of the analysis on a nightly basis. All right, but we did add it here if you wanted to add it to yours. All right.
Now that your blood pressure's come down, let's go ahead and look at those stocks.
I'm going to punch you, Joey. Punch you hard, too. I know, Bill, but again, the easiest way that I can explain it is it was a Dr. Delito thing, honestly. All right. Wow, the biggest mover today is Victoria's Secret. Why, Jazz? Why is it moving up today? Let's go view the stock news. Why is that running? 16%. Third quarter. Oh, it's earnings. All right. It's earnings. And I hear you, Bill. I hear you. And a lot of people have. I've shown people how to do it just the way I just did it here. Yeah, but I'm explaining to you why it's not part of the Daily Color Guard report. So they beat earnings. That's what it looks like. Everything is up. All the stocks you gave me were all stocks that were up. All right. We're going to do a hot or not real quick before we leave. All right. Even though that's a Ryan idea, but I'm going to use it today. That's what I use in VectorVest to see the Russell 2000. Okay, I got you. All right. Joey, that's rough. I hope he doesn't cause you to eventually need counsel. Whatever. What? Whatever. Wow. And Joey's waiting to say something in the background. Yes, I got PTSD because of Glenn, which is a bunch of crock. Which would be a bunch of crock if that's the case. Wow. Hold on. Gotta play the crickets. Hot or not? Type it in the room. Hot or not? You just diagnosed your effects on Mike. See, you know. You just diagnosed your effects on him. Not. You know, this is very interesting. Crocs, I may not like the shoes. The stock's on a run. I'm going to call that hot. I'm going to call it, you need to go DJ and get bug zappers for the crickets. All right, next one. Hot or not, CRH. Ooh, look at that RT. Went below 1, back above 1. I'm going to call that hot. Type it in the room. I'm going to call that hot. Joey didn't say anything in the background right now. Joey didn't, because he's trying to build his case against me. I go to counseling after every stream. Whatever. I'm taking that down. Unpin. All right. Sigh. All right. Next one. Hot or not? It shows you're very balanced, especially considering this. Wow! Are you serious? Wow. J-Nug, hot. It shows you're whatever. Unpin. Crocs pays for my shoes. Again, Crocs, I don't like the shoes, but the stock is a good stock. How many sessions you're up to now? Really? Everybody's feeding into this Joey thing? All right, I'm not saying nothing more about it. Hot or not, I am not paying attention to you guys about Joey. All right, I call this hot. All right. T-Net, hot or not? What I don't like about T-Net is that the stock's price is going up, but RT is going down. I don't know if I want to call this hot. All right. Really, Boston? I can't keep my eyes off all this chat. Take my glasses off so I can't read it. That's what I'll do. I got to take my glasses off because I can't read it now. I'm going to say not on T-Net because of RT going down. All right, next one. Oof, this is all over the place. This is more volatile. You call it hot or not? You call it hot or not? I can't believe Joey's taking over my session. I sure can't believe that Joey's taking over my session. Angel, I did cover GameStop. They got earnings. I wouldn't touch it. You know something on Nugget? I think that gold is going to be on the rise. I did a video on it this week. I'm getting bullish on gold. Jeff says hot with a question mark. You got to tell me, is it hot or not, Jeff? Sigh. All right. Next one. Wow. CPRX. Oh, I was looking at this today. Let me take that off. I was going to do a story on that. Hot or not? On CPRX. Look at where it's at. Right at the 3-month high. Yeah, I put my glasses back on. Oh, you're trying to say my face looks ugly without my glasses? Is that what you're trying to say, Bill? Is this Mark Norton always saying thank you, gentlemen? And you too, Glenn? Yes, that's what Mark Norton. Well, this is what Mark Norton does. Jazz says pass. I think if it breaks above, I think if it breaks above, I like the stock. If it breaks above, I like the stock. You just bought X. Colin. Don't tell me you bought X-Ro. Wow. Victoria's Secret. This was an earnings play, right? Yep, it was earnings. Hot or not? Bottom left, top right. Was moving up prior to earnings. Where's relative safety? They don't? Wow, it could have been either way. Sometimes you got to let people know. Listen, Boston, all you folks. Hold on. I need something else. I don't know what. But I think hot. Hot on my... Wow, Jazz, I'm not getting into that. Kiwi says not. Okay, Bill says not as well. All right. It is news-driven, earnings, right? Go to the next one. Hot or not? You know what I do like? That it broke through a little 3. Yeah, I like that from that perspective. RT is not there yet. Could be on a run. I do like breaking through the prior 3-month high. I do like it from that perspective. I'd really like to see RT get above 1. I do like that. I'm not going to say not. I'm going to say I'm going to say hot on that. Roger, probably a good call, or should I say put? No pun intended. I'm not listening to you, David, either. Ooh, Dollar General. Nice move. Look at that. I'm going to call that sort of kind of hot. Hot or not on Dollar General. I don't like this layout, though. I like that. I like Dollar General as a hot. When price was moving up, look at that. RT was moving up too. I lost it. RT was moving up too. I like this. Jazz is gonna like it because no, Jazz had the Victoria's Secret, but I do like Dollar General. That's not a bad play. DJ does look good. All right. LH, yes, that's a hot too. Right at a level of resistance though. It's about 5 days off a 3-month high, but definitely moving up. Ooh, what don't I like about it? What don't I like about LHX? Anybody? What don't I like about it? I know you know. Volume, big time. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, just be careful with this. All right, that's a divergence. That's a bearish divergence. That's a bearish divergence. All I'm going to tell you is just be careful with it. I like the hotness of the graph. But I'm telling you to be careful. All right, just be careful. Okay? HZO. Well, I got a clear level of resistance that I'm having a hard time breaking through at about 31.10. And then another level at 32.09. But overall, bearish sentiment over the last 3 months. I'm not going to call this hot. I'm not calling it hot. All right. So today, we went through a little different than what I wanted to go through. How many likes did we get? Listen, this was all about your session today. I made this. We didn't do everything I wanted to do. We did it all about your session. Hit the like button if it was worth it for you to come by today. That's all I want you to do. If you're brand new to the channel, you like what you saw today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You guys need to do that. That's how we grow. Don't just come by, look and go, oh, that's good, and then leave. Hit the subscribe button. Let us know it was worth it for you to stop by. Hit the like button, but hit the subscribe button if you're brand new. All right? Are you still taking me to the Pats game Sunday? No. I'll be coming back from Texas on Sunday. Not the heart button. Thank you for the heart button, but that's not the same thing. But I like the heart buttons in the 100%. I like all of that. But you got to hit the like button. Got to hit the like button. Sector Delta Search was worth the price of admission. I like the idea that a couple of you came in knowing that the market was rotating. I wanted to show you how easily you can find out where the market was rotating to. Akshay, are you still here? And I say that because Akshay was telling me it was the banks. But I couldn't see it was the banks. I'm taking something when I leave here. I gotta go to Texas. All right. Jack is always the good part. Don't need Sudafed. Just take Jack. All right. Especially if you thought that the sector rotation thing was worth it, hit the like button. All right. I gotta go. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii and all my peeps who are in danger anywhere. Praying for you. Okay? Bom dia. Salam shalom. Salam shalom. Namaste. Yasu. See you next week, folks. See ya.